Una, congratulations on the film. I know a lot of people have been talking about this recently. What do you think is like the key thing that people should learn from this film, even if they haven't seen it yet? What do you think they should pick up first before watching this movie?
Well, we're not here to actually teach you a lesson. We're here to tell you a story.
Mhm.
And yung storya ni Ali at ni Nick, no, it's something very personal to me. Ako, while I can only speak about my experience while doing Ali, ang sa akin kasi ang laki na natutunan ko sa kanya. Hindi ko alam kung yun yung magagawa niya sa'yo. Pero sa akin kasi I learned na dapat hindi tayo masyado nag-worry about the future, na dapat hindi tayo nag-overthink, dapat minamahal natin yung buhay every single day as a miracle. And so, dapat i-treat mo siya like a miracle. Dapat maging masaya ka na buhay ka ngayon at dapat magmahal ka ngayon. Hindi ka dapat naghihintay ng pagkakataon para magmahal. So, yun yung naitulong sa akin ng pelikula. And what's nice about the film is that iba-iba tayo na interpretasyon. I have friends na napanood at iba yung interpretation niya. And para sa akin, yun yung beauty ng pelikula.
Direct Paul, of course, Vancouver is such a nice city. How essential is that as a setting?
Actually, yes, you're right. It's a beautiful setting, Vancouver. It was just a pleasure to work there and to shoot there. But at the end of the day, it's what the story called for. Right? Nick and Ali had to be in that environment where, of course, we all know Ali needed a heart transplant, and that's a city that can give that to her. So Vancouver was essential to the story. We wrote the story first, and then we chose the setting after. And yeah, when I visited Vancouver in April before the shooting, parang everything worked out. We had other cities in mind, but Vancouver felt real for me.
All right. Edward, hi. This project, it didn't actually include my mind and into the picture. Did you have a hard time on actually doing that, or were you like initially, I'm okay with just doing a project without my love team in the picture?
Oh, no way. I mean, like I started my whole journey with my mind. I went through ASAP to La Luna to Loving in Tandem. Every project that I had was with Mai, and of course you get used to that. You get used to that partnership. You get used to that tandem. That she's my backup plan if I need one. And I was really nervous coming into this project because, for example, in ASAP Chilla, if I make a mistake or mabubulol ako sa spills ko, Maymay is really there who catches me. And on set, it's like that as well. So if we're given the freedom to experiment and stuff, and I mess up, she's always the one that picks me up. And so going to this project without her, without that safety net, it was a really scary thing. But I told her on the premiere night, this is not just our success, the cast, the production success. It's her. She's really a big part of it because, first of all, the experience I got is hers as well. Whatever I experienced, she did as well, and the confidence I got to even sort of go to the go-see and to the script read. I was so scared for every step of this production, but she was there backing me up. So yeah, it was difficult, and I mean, would I want to do it again? I'm willing to try it again, like doing it alone. But it's gonna be 10 times more fun if Maymay is part of it. So if I knew if Maymay was in this project, it would be even more fun. Yeah.
All right. It's been 2 years. Overall, the love team has worked with so many projects. What have you learned working alone in this film?
I have to have more faith in myself, I think. And I have to learn to control my nerves. Because, like, at the beginning you said, you don't think too much about the future. I was thinking, like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you something I didn't really want to say, but I think it fits the occasion. Before we even started shooting, I was already trying to think of things I was gonna say in the media launch. Oh, I'm so grateful. Not everything I thought of I didn't say because it was so cheesy. It's like, when you start thinking about, like, I'm gonna win an award and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But you haven't even started yet. I was just thinking about. It was nice to dream. I don't know. It was cool, but the things that I learned about this, not to overthink, because when you overthink and you get too far in the future, you forget where you are in the now, in the present. So you really have to just stay grounded to what's going on now. Don't think about, for example, there was more heavier scenes for me, not really like intense, but like for me personally, more heavier scenes, and there were lighter scenes. During the lighter scenes, I was already thinking about the harder ones for me, and like the ones with the longer lines. I don't know. I don't know. And something that Kuya Aga said on set was you have to relax. And it's one of those things you take for granted. You just have to relax. So it's not really like I didn't really learn giant things that would monumentally change my life in that moment. But it's definitely going to change the way I approach acting and approach life in general. So, yeah, I learned a lot from these two here and well from Kuya Aga. So.
Last night I tried to ask your fans what particular question to ask you today.
Yeah, so
But they were pretty much concerned also about your studies. Are you planning to pursue that?
I've made. I've actually given myself a deadline. If I haven't finished my school within the next 2 years, regardless of how well it's going, I want to stop. But I really hope that doesn't happen because I want to find a way. My parents and I were really exploring a lot of options as well. My mind is actually a lot more ahead of me in that in that area. She's already like 3/4 of the way there. I'm willing to say she's already close to starting again, which I'm really happy about. I'm really, really happy about. For me, we're really exploring a lot of options too, and I think it's reasonably to say that I'm close to getting back into it too because I'm learning a lot of stuff about this industry, but I'm just keep on thinking like if something goes wrong, where will my experience on the set and learning how to relax take me? So, yeah, my answer is I'm close to getting back into it, and don't worry, it's still very much present on my mind.
All right, thank you. Ms. Bea, going back to the experience actually working with Mr. Agamula, you have a slight, well, obviously you have a slight difference in age. Was that like a little uncomfortable for you, or was it, do you think it was actually needed in the script?
Well, actually, if you watch the movie, hindi siya masyadong pinag-usapan eh. And hindi siya kailangan pag-usapan. Hindi rin kami nag-pretend like I was older, siya hindi siya nag-pretend like he was younger. Nag-fit lang siya dun sa roles. And I guess yun yung intention, na yung role kasi ni Nick kailangan marami ng pinagdaanan, marami ng pinagsisihan sa buhay, at gusto niya mag-start again, or gusto niya mag-give back. So, siguro tamang-tama na yung age ni Agamula. Tamang-tama yung role ko naman bilang Ali, na gusto ko pang marami pa akong gustong gawin sa buhay, gusto ko pang mabuhay. Kaya patama din sa age ko. So, hindi naman siya issue.
You've mentioned in like the recent videos that you wanted to live in Vancouver.
Yes.
Why do you say so? Was it like it was worthy to replace with the Philippines? Is it that much of
Hindi
a
ko naman
difference?
sinasabi na I will live there forever, but maybe for a time. But Vancouver is a beautiful city. And marami rin ako naging kaibigan while filming First Love, no? So, I must say, pwede ko siya maging second home. And actually, consider ko pa rin siya hanggang ngayon.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maraming salamat, John. Next naman na magtatanong dito ay si Mami Jo Bonsor.
Hello, congratulations po. I probably have a different impression on the film kasi parang from beginning to end, it's just breathtaking. All the scenes were so beautiful. Yung sobrang ganda nung color, nung scenes, nung eksena. Tapos ang ganda-ganda ng mga artista. Parang nakalimutan ko na yung storya sa pagtingin pa lang dun sa bawat eksena. Kung papipiliin po kayo, alin po yung para sa inyo yung, this one is really more than Instagram worthy. Yung ang ganda talaga.
Sa
ang
pagiging
ganda.
scenic nung
Oo,
pelikula. Hindi
sobra.
naman po dahil sa eksena per se.
Oo, pero ang ganda
Kung
talaga. niya.
pinaka-Instagrammable siguro na eksena would be yung alley spot, no? Sa Stanley Park, yung may bench tsaka yung puno. I think that's my favorite spot.
Ikaw, Edward.
For me, my favorite would have to be, my favorite location was probably the art gallery, but the most Instagrammable would have to be, what's the name of the bridge? The long-
Lions Gate. Yeah.
That was amazing. We drove over that bridge every day, when we had shooting, and I'll be reading the script, and I just wanted to look at the view. It's a beautiful view, so probably that.
Direk.
For me naman, well, I definitely agree here with Edward and Bea, but for me, I would also say Lynn Canyon was nice. The scene on the suspension bridge, if you guys have seen the film with Nick and Ali, where she was trying to kind of dare him, and you'll have to watch the film. But what I liked about that bridge was it brought you in the heart of nature. Like it was in the forest, and then thousands of feet down, you had the raging river. So ganda, it was very quiet and peaceful when we shot there. And we even, during the shooting, after the bridge, we also hiked another 30 minutes down to the water river. Ang ganda. So, for me, yeah, New Lynn Canyon masarap. It was just cold and it was nice. It was fun.
And going back to you, Direk, dissecting the character of the two here, as Ali and Simon. Oo. Anong particular detail of the character do you think you are very, very keen on?
With Ali, I remember this with Bea, even before we went to Vancouver, we had a workshop actually, just because Bea had some questions and I also wanted to hear from her. No, finally, we got to talk. But for me, Ali is about a person who just wants to live life. I mean, that's just basically it. Now, with Simon naman, and this is still the second day, so I still want to keep the mystery to his character, no? And his relationship, of course, with Nick, played by Aga. They have a very mysterious relationship that I feel, if you haven't seen the film, please watch it, no? And then maybe next week I can talk about Simon's character. But we're trying to keep him parang part of the twists and turns siya. But then again, what I loved about Simon and Nick's relationship was very real, and I think what Aga and Edward brought to the characterization was very real, very natural sila on the screen. It's like they've been really friends for how many years now. So ang galing actually everybody. Bea was such a natural. I really appreciated actually when we met. She actually cut her hair, and I think that was a big thing for her. So. I remember she told me like she was gonna cut it about 2 days before she left for Vancouver, so that when she gets on the plane, parang Ali na siya. So yeah, so thankful that the actors gave me 100% dedication, and as a director, that's all you could really ask for.
Were there also